Welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us. My name is Martin Thurgood. I'm one of the directors here at the Diamond Group. So today we're fortunate to have Scott Hill from Samsung during the presentation today. I was actually recently involved in a meeting with Scott, and it struck me during the meeting just how much traditional communication solutions have changed from the old days of just having a handset on a desk. But to explain this further, without further ado, I'd like to introduce Scott. So over to you, Scott.
Thanks for the introduction, Martin. So welcome to the Diamond Group webinar on business communication solutions. We do appreciate your time today and look forward to your feedback on the information that we're going to cover. If you have any questions, just pop them into the chat on the side of your screen there, and we'll try our best to cover those at the end. So looking in today's webinar, I'll be taking you through some of the following key areas as a brief insight into how, through our partner Diamond, Samsung is able to transform your business through technology and innovation. I'll talk to you about who we are and the solutions we create, introduce you to a diverse range of voice platforms, then take you through key features and applications which are now considered a necessity for small to medium businesses all across Australia. To conclude, I'll then share an insight into how Samsung has helped customers in the professional services industry. Why Samsung? Samsung is a globally recognised brand with a strong history in voice communications, with the first PBX systems made back in 1977. Samsung have been selling PBX systems here in Australia since 1989, and we're very proud of the over 160,000 systems installed since then. Samsung systems are renowned for their reliability and easy-to-use features, and that's still synonymous with today's platform and the future of the product. Our mobile-centric platforms transform your business and enhance the way you communicate with your staff and your customers. Whether your business is large or small, accessed from the cloud, or installed on your premises, Samsung can deliver the same feature-rich user experience to all users. Today's focus will be the highlighted green areas, starting with the SMB IP PBX, or better known as the Samsung Communications Manager Compact. With embedded applications for voice messaging, automated attendant, through to advanced conferencing, I'll also be covering off the Samsung Exchange highlighted down the bottom, which is our unified communications application. Samsung has recognized, the Samsung Communications Manager brings the best of enterprise communication features to small and medium businesses. Samsung is a mobile-first IP PBX, as I covered before. As your business makes the transition from traditional voice communications through to VoIP and NBN, Samsung is ready to take the next step in mobile unified communications. Samsung has recognized the Wi-Fi megatrend and the growing number of Wi-Fi connected devices. With our Wi-Fi enabled devices, as you can see on the top left, including desk phones, you can now deploy a Samsung solution with ease. This is also a key differentiator from our competitors and highlights Samsung's innovation. Work more productive and improve personal efficiency with Samsung's suite of applications, including unified communications. Customers with mobile, branch or dispersed workforces can grow with ease, all on a single platform. Advanced mobility deliver flexibility for dynamic users on the move. Let's take a look at a business making the transition from traditional voice. Okay, so there's a typical installation, 1RU PBX. This could be your existing system that's replaced with the SCM Compact. It's connected to your standard traditional phone lines as you know them, adding a few IP devices, whether they're Wi-Fi, layering that with some applications, then making the move to NBN or VoIP. Then, having that advantage, you're now able to allow the staff to work remotely via their smartphone or centralizing a whole branch of users. The second branch I've added here, required to remain connected locally. Okay, so we needed to connect locally to the existing telephone services, which also provided added redundancy by allowing the site to function independently in the event of the IP VPN link or a problem occurring with the main PBX at head office. In terms of mobility and the smartphone application, Samsung WeVoIP is a proprietary Samsung-based application available on the Play Store and also the iTunes for iOS. So it's a proprietary application developed by Samsung in their innovation to work on smartphones, allows the user to work productively, work smart, whether they're in the Wi-Fi zone or out on the mobile network. You can see the screenshot here with the name Matthew. That allows the user to decide to make a mobile call on the left or a PBX call on the right. So that provides the true one number functionality. So whether the calls are inbound or outbound, the single caller ID of the PBX is used. The other thing, the other feature here is a seamless handover between networks. Okay, so on the screenshot to the right, there is a button called Transfer to Mobile. So by simply pressing that key, if you're in an outer fringe area or you're within the Wi-Fi zone and you want to leave, you can simply, at the single press of a key, press that button. The call is then seamlessly switched over to the 4G network. Productivity and efficiency are key to anyone making the decision to upgrade their system. We go through challenges and problems with all of our customers. So from a system administration point of view, the SCM is far advanced. By having web-based administration tools, multiple levels of administrators can be appointed and trained accordingly to make and adjust and monitor your system to cut out that layer of complexity in terms of management and ongoing support of the system. So there's wizards for setting up new users, there's reporting and monitoring to basically look after and analyze everything that's going on in your system. So particularly important in a multi-site scenario where it's installed and a system administrator needs to take care of all the sites. So centralizing that and having some good application tools around that really allows people to manage and be more efficient in their deliveries. Looking at call recording, so there's inbuilt call recording solutions, there's encrypted players, etc., to allow you to do that. We've also got call center applications starting from an inbuilt ACD Lite agent. So you can see there the screenshot down the bottom in the center. That's a typical agent application. The one above it is a database of call recordings and the player at the top. To the right at the bottom, we've got a wallboard. So obviously, what's important in terms of agents, calls, etc. Those statistics can be displayed. So all this is embedded and inbuilt in the SCM compact. So it cuts down investment in external servers. It cuts down on complexity and supporting and managing different dispersed systems. So it centralizes everything in there. The other thing at the bottom there was Conference Bridge. So we have an audio bridge available, and a system administrator can basically manage the resources to allow the number of users, the number of channels available for conferences for different staff members. Okay, so it's very important that the system administration is taken care of and centralized. And the next screen, what we do is we talk about the user. Okay, so we've taken that layer of empowering people, but not making them, not compromising your solution. So the personal assistant manager, again, browser-based. User can type in action in there and look at their call statistics. So the first thing a user might like to do is change their name. They might like to change their call forwards. They might need to change the buttons on their phone. So we all love our buttons that light up, etc., etc. So the users can actually do that without damaging the system and making it inoperable. The second section there is a screenshot of unified messaging. So there's a voicemail manager there. So each user can customize their recordings. They can record and send messages. They can control that there live from their PC. They can call phones. So there's some personal help features built in to allow the user to call the phone if they don't have headsets connected to their PC, and access their messages. There is an Outlook plugin as well. So for those Outlook users, you just simply put a plug in and it actions straight to the personal assistant manager. Down the bottom there is the conference bridge. So I mentioned that before from a system administration point of view. So the personal user now can actually set up, facilitate an audio conference, manage the available system resources and schedule the time. It then hooks into Outlook so you can send out a message and use the feature known as Meet Me. So your outside people, your customers can actually dial back in, join your conference and cover you off there. So each user has this availability based on these tools. Looking at unified communications, Samsung Exchange is a key productivity tool around unified communications. So the first thing is presence. Obviously, this is a desktop application. It is available for Windows PC. There's an operator version. We even support Mac terminal services. And for the mobile client, there's an iOS and an Android mobile Exchange mobile client as well. So you get presence, including Outlook integration for your messaging and your meetings and so forth. The subject can be updated, unavailable due to meeting. You have instant messaging or chat, and you can do that via individuals or groups. That chat sessions can actually be saved and you can review them later on. And I want to focus on that for a couple of seconds, because a lot of customers these days, their conversations are email based. And what they find is when they do productivity assessments of their staff, they find that email is actually eating into their resource time. So by shifting some of those email conversations to a chat session, what we've found is customers are actually freeing up their time and being more productive as well, and being able to respond and collaborate with that member of staff more efficiently at that moment in time. So the other thing Samsung Exchange delivers is pop-up windows. So on an active call, you have a pop-up window popping down the bottom right, and we've got call to actions and integration paths. So what we can do is we can integrate to Google Places. So if a caller ID number is matched, you can then click Google Places icon. It'll go straight to the Google Places registration page. So that customer may not be known to you already, may not be in your database. It just appears. Okay. Then the other thing is CRM integration. So CRM systems or databases are the essence of businesses and they're key assets. So based on that, we're able to integrate with well over 32 known CRMs. We have a pre-qualification process in place. So Diamond will take you through that. If you nominate and let them know the type and version number of CRM you have, we'll tell you whether we can integrate to it, but there's a high chance we can. You can also cut and paste dial, clip page, web page dialing, etc. So it's a very key tool, and it's becoming more and more of a standard use of operation in most businesses today. So looking at a case study or a professional services vertical, I picked this one because it's synonymous with a lot of different businesses throughout Australia. So looking on the left there, needs and challenges. So what we know is that typically they're multi-sites, they're dispersed workforces. They're trying to centralise them. They've got excessive operational costs by having all these teams of people doubled up, tripled up, but then they need to collaborate together. The other thing down the bottom, difficulty in determining investment priorities. So, one hand they're looking at IT, second they're looking at Wi-Fi, thirdly they may be looking at voice, fourthly they may be looking at collaboration. So Samsung's able to assist by having our devices Wi-Fi enabled to be able to deliver mobility via their applications, smartphone, soft phone, working from home, remote users. Okay, so we can tap into that and provide better benefits and better outcomes for those businesses. So a single network of people administered from a central location, looking at their workflow processes and practices. In a lot of cases, businesses have been able to thrive by retaining staff from remote areas, so they've got dispersed workforces. They might have flexibility for people that want to work remotely or work casually from a remote location a certain amount of time. In terms of centralisation of management and policy, and the reporting out of that is important for any business to get the analytics to actually drive the business forward and manage it properly. The third, the last thing down the bottom there, the scalability. So it's just so simple to bring on a branch, bring on a user, deploy them, give them personal assistant manager, set them up with the wizard, and away they go. So it's a really, really easy and cost-effective solution to deploy the Samsung Communications Manager. So just in summary, we've covered a lot in a very quick period of time. So, I hope that you take some key things away from here. The team at Diamond are very skilled and obviously available to advise you and engage you and help build and grow your business. So looking at productivity improvements, mobility, flexibility, so Wi-Fi enabled handsets, applications to run on your smartphone, multiple sites, centralization, that all derives down to several things. Cost reductions, capital expenditure, lower cost per month, lower operational expenditure, cost savings, so you might centralize all of your telephone lines into the one pool instead of spending that money at each site individually. Elevate the business, add some efficiency, use some embedded applications, use the Samsung Exchange, start using the chat instead of your email, having the presence. What's the best way of communicating with that staff member at that moment in time? The other thing is third-party applications, so application integration is very big on Samsung. So we've got some specialist applications which are industry wide, looking at key verticals as well, so hospitality, aged care, nursing, etc. There's applications typically being built and designed for typically specialist industries all over the country. And then the other thing at the bottom is improve user and customer satisfaction. People invest in CRMs, it's there, then they have to get their people to use it, they have to adopt the change. By using Samsung Exchange, having the CRM integration, that forces people, it gives them front of mind, allows them to dial out of the database, incoming call, see who it is. That way we've now adapted that process and we're helping that business build that asset. The other thing is customer satisfaction. If your people are happy, your customers are happy. And what I ask a lot of people, what's it like to be your customer? How do you differentiate yourself from your competitor? And that's a question that some businesses often don't ask themselves. And I'm forever asking it. In every customer meeting I get, I typically say, what's it like to be your customer? How can we help you differentiate yourself? So I hope that we've covered some of that information today and captured your imagination around your business, and we look forward to working with you and the Diamond Group in obviously allowing Samsung to take your business forward into the future.